Please like, subscribe, leave a comment, and share the video. So it finally happened. Someone confronted Benjamin Netanyahu directly and said to his face what I think many people around the world, and especially a large number of Americans, have been thinking. The clip isn't very long, just a couple of minutes, so let's watch it together. Might pause to add some commentary along the way, or I may let it play straight through. After that, I'll share my full thoughts and break down what stood out to me the most.
Prime Minister, that is one way of viewing the world, and I have some sympathy with some of what you've said. Let me give you another way, which is that many people around the world see the state of Israel as a country that is exclusively using military force, that has killed 70,000 people in Gaza, that is doing nothing to create a sustainable future for people there. That is a country, you've been accused of being a war criminal. That if you went to go to several countries in Europe, you're going to get arrested. This is not just mad campus radicalism. This is a feeling around the world. You said it yourself to us just now. In public opinion around the world, Israel is doing very poorly. And it's doing very poorly because people see a country that is behaving in a way that is not compatible with being a liberal democracy. And therefore, I think you have a problem. I think that loss of public opinion, what struck me from your autobiography was how subtly and for how long you have understood this. You know that political power comes from public opinion, and you know that you need to win the battle of public opinion, and you're losing it. You've absolutely lost it in Europe, but much more worryingly for you, you're losing it in America. And I think that what you've just told me about fanaticism is true in part, but it is not going to shape public opinion. People are going to roll their eyes and say, he's saying that anybody who says anything critical about Israel is anti-Semitic. He's giving this large, this story about fanaticism, and he's not accepting the fact that Israel is behaving in a way that we think is incompatible with the kind of liberal democracy that he claims to be.
Please like, subscribe, leave a comment, and share the video. Absolutely, without a doubt. Israel is losing the public relations battle across much of the world. But I think the biggest shift is happening right here in the United States. I've had my own opinions for a long time about Israel's actions in Gaza. What's been striking, though, is watching so many Americans turn away, not only from Israel itself, but also from the politicians and organizations that have supported it or accepted pro-Israel donations. More and more people on social media are calling attention to lawmakers backed by groups like AIPAC and questioning those financial ties. It's clear that public opinion is changing, and the narrative surrounding Israel is no longer what it once was. Before we continue, I want you to pay close attention to the two hosts on the left side of the screen. Watch their
that fought the battles from World War II.
And now, watch what happens next. Once again, he's about to shift the conversation in an effort to reshape the narrative and influence how countries like the United Kingdom and the United States view Israel. Pay close attention to the approach he takes. Watch how facial expressions, as Netanyahu keeps trying to steer the conversation and push his version of events. Their reactions say quite a bit as the discussion unfolds. He reframes the discussion and presents his case as he tries to steer public opinion in a different direction.
And we lost a lot of soldiers because we didn't carpet bomb.
That is disputed, Prime Minister.
We didn't do...
People have different ratios as well, including...
I'm telling you, you don't actually, but that's not the point. It certainly wasn't 6-1 or 7-1, and we certainly didn't carpet bomb, which we could have done right away. We've lost a lot of people by my refusal and the IDF's own mores in making sure that doesn't happen. Now, if you have the densest urban warfare theater in history, with 500 kilometers of terror tunnels underneath, 50 meters below, 50 meters above, everything booby-trapped, and you don't come in and just bomb the place to smithereens, which we didn't. I mean, we had everything booby-trapped. We moved the population out, and then you have to fight the Hamas in there. The ratios in Mosul, the ratios in Fallujah, the ratios elsewhere, there's nothing comparison, and that was nothing compared to what our soldiers, our brave soldiers had to face in Gaza. So A, I dispute the fact. The argument that you put forward is being put forward. It doesn't make it true. What is true is that Israel is fighting these worst killers, these people who took not only beheaded our men, raped our women, and then murdered them, burned our babies alive, and took 255 hostages, which we took out. Nobody believed that we got them out. These are barbarians. and they're given a free look. I have demonstrations on behalf of Hamas. Notice that they're burning the flag of Israel.
And watch this. Watch what he's about to do now, once again, to try and change the narrative and turn the tide of how it is that different countries, especially the United Kingdom, the United States, how it is that they view Israel. Look at what he does, the propaganda he spins to try and change the narrative.
And the flag of the UK, the flag of Israel and the flag of America. When you have pro-Israel demonstrations, they wave Israeli flags, they wave American flags, they wave British flags. These people are against you, whether you recognize it or not. They will sweep away your societies, your freedoms, your ideas, the values that we cherish, exactly
Prime
as you
Minister,
do.
it really isn't just extreme radicals. There are huge numbers of people who are concerned about Israel's behavior. Frankly, including people like me.
Well, you
Friends
know,
of Israel who
I
are
think that if Britain was invaded, forgive me, you know, if Britain was invaded and you had the equivalent, in Britain, your population is what, 65 million, something like that, 60 million, right? So you're about 6 times our size. So if you had, on one day, about 8,000 Brits murdered, mutilated, raped, and kidnapped, and they came right next to London, what would you do? We know what you did. We know exactly what Britain did, and I don't hold Churchill or the British government or the British people who supported him responsible for saying you shouldn't act that way. You bombed the living daylights out of German cities and out of.
Please like, subscribe, and share the video. I have to say, Netanyahu's comments are unbelievable. In my view, this moment has been a long time coming. You can clearly see why he's making such a strong effort in this interview to reshape the conversation and improve Israel's image. Public opinion has shifted, and many people around the world feel they've seen enough. Now here's the reality. Netanyahu is the subject of an arrest warrant issued by the International Criminal Court over alleged crimes related to the conflict in Gaza. The allegations include war, crimes, and crimes against humanity, including claims involving the starvation of civilians as a method of warfare. His supporters continue to push back against those accusations, but many people believe the evidence deserves serious scrutiny. Another question that continues to come up is why independent journalists were largely unable to freely report from Gaza. Whenever that issue is raised, officials offer different explanations, but critics argue those justifications don't fully answer the concerns. The conflict has also been one of the deadliest for humanitarian workers, with a large number of aid workers losing their lives. Whatever your perspective on the conflict, it's clear that emotions... Do you think the interviewer asked the right questions? I'd love to hear your opinion, and if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and share it with others. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.